following program may contain materials not suitable for all audiences and may be offensive to you or someone you know. Member seeing the watch or to listen to the broadcast, you agree that you and you alone are responsible for the media you intake. Also, you actively agree to waive all rights to take legal or other actions against the broadcast or any other individuals making the broadcast. This broadcast is meant for entertainment purposes only and not to be considered advised. It is up to you to do your own research, your own facts. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right, guys. Welcome back to another week of the Talk Before You Run podcast. It's only going to be the tres of us today, me, Swytch, and Beaker, but we still going to make do with what we got. So, first off, I'm going to address this. If I start coughing, it's because I'm sick. I'm sorry. I apologize. Hopefully, we can get through this without that. But, just in case, just so y'all know. Also, today we're going to be talking about Helldivers 2 for people who don't know what that is at all. It's a video game that is exclusive to PlayStation, and of course, nothing's exclusive to PC, so of course, us PC people, we can get it no matter what. And there's a whole lot of stuff going on about it, but in order to explain all that, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to somebody who knows a little bit more about this than me and Beaker do. So, Swytch, I'm going to go ahead and pass the limelight over to you.
When you say I know more, I mean, I've watched more TikToks, I guess. I don't know. I've never actually played it.
You
I
have
wanted
more
to.
knowledge.
I really, really wanted to, and I still kind of want to. But mostly because it's perfect. This game, they took Halo and put it on PlayStation, essentially, in my opinion. I don't know who it came first. I'm sure Helldivers 1 was probably before Halo. But anyway, it's basically you've got the giant bugs, which you get Starship Troopers vibes from that, right? Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's from '97, probably before your time. But you get the big bugs, which reminds me of the Starship Troopers, and then you've got and the Flood, obviously. Then you've got the robots, which are I don't know what I don't know what the whole deal behind that. There's two different types of robots, though. It's the automatons and the the Luminate, something like that. It is basically like Terminator with the automatons, and then the Illuminate is like AI, so like the next gen. But anyway, Helldivers 2 is a third-person squad-based shooter that sees the elite forces of the Helldivers battling to win an intergalactic struggle to rid the galaxy of the rising alien threats. From a third-person perspective, players use a variety of weapons: pistols, machine guns, flamethrowers. They've also got other stratagems, is what they're calling them, like turrets, airstrikes, etc. They've got newer things since the release. They use these stratagems to shoot and kill the alien threats. Players can also aim down the sights for a more accurate first-person camera view. I did not know that. I thought it was like Fortnite, and you got like a kind of zoomed-in third person. I don't know. The combat is accompanied by frequent sprays of blood and dismemberment as players exterminate the alien forces, or players and SWAT mates are hit by environmental explosions and friendly fire. So it's hardcore, if you're a Call of Duty fan. Enemy experiments. Oh, I'm sorry, encampments, not experiments. And battlefield environments depict bloodstains and dismembered corpses. Alright, so you got plenty of blood and gore. And you've got...
Yeah, but that's what makes a good video game, though.
Right, and you've got the whole selling point for me personally is the way you drop in. It's not like a battle royale, but you do drop in. More like an ODST super soldier type thing from Halo. You drop in there and you go kill bugs. Or if you're on the other side of the galaxy, then you're killing automatons and or Illuminate, or whatever they're called. I've seen some gameplay and some other things. They're really pushing the Starship Troopers like the ads. Again, I don't know if you've ever seen the Starship Troopers, but they had some.
If you haven't watched Starship Troopers, you should watch it first off. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's
There's like
hilarious.
how many of them?
Oh,
There's like 5 of them.
Let's see.
4, 3, 2.
There's more than 2. Let's see. There was Starship.
I know
Troopers
there's more
1,
than
2,
2.
3, and then the 4th was with that dude and the big planet bug. And then they had the anime movie, and that's all I know of. So 5 at least.
Yeah, definitely. I don't say you got to binge watch all of them, but I would definitely suggest watching at least one of them.
Right. Casper Van Dien. He's in there. He's pretty excellent actor, if you ask me, anyway. But as far as that goes, it's been kicking off pretty good. There's been a lot of speculations about whether or not the Xbox will ever see it. A lot of that has been due to uh, the audience, not audience, the public, the gamers, I guess. They've been saying that Helldivers 2 has single-handedly stopped or put it into the console wars because all of the PlayStation players are asking for it to come to Xbox, and all the Xbox players are asking for it to come to Xbox. But there was also another theory that this type of game, it's like the battle royales when they first came out, they kind of took off and everybody made a battle royale, and it's just really popular now. Now this game comes along and it's really popular, and we can see so many different like you can make a Starship Trooper specific game with this same basic theories behind Helldivers 2. Like you know, there's so many different ways you can go about making a game like Helldivers 2, and it would be perfect for again Halo, Starship Troopers, anything y'all can think of. I don't know.
Right off the top of my head, no, I can't think of anything. But I do want to say this though. How you had mentioned that they're saying that this game can single-handedly eliminated the whole console wars. See, it's not really true because there was something else that did it before that. And it's PC gaming because both PlayStation and Xbox players hate PC gamers.
That's true.
Me and Beaker know we get it all the time.
Get the most hate, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, we get the hate all the time because we're on PC. But it first off, to me it's funny because like the main thing that I want to talk about is how they're wanting to have it put on Xbox so Xbox players can play it. And I've mentioned it already. I find it funny that, they're even saying that, oh, we'll give PlayStation Halo and stuff like that. For years, when Halo was popular, Halo is a dead game now. Nobody could ever tell me anything otherwise. The new one that they put out, a year ago, 2 years ago, was definitely not the Halo of past. So to me, Halo's dead. So for years, PlayStation wanted to get their hands on Halo. They wanted Halo to be made for both Xbox and PlayStation. And they would not do it. But now you got Xbox over here begging for Helldivers 2 to be made to be able to be played on Xbox and are offering to allow them to have Halo.
I don't know if they're officially. It's just from what I see is the fan base is trying to offer it up.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if Xbox or Microsoft specifically is
They're not gonna
offering it, but
they're not gonna offer it up. But I mean, even at that the theory that even the fans alone would think to offer up anything, you have a better chance of offering up Forza as an exclusive than you do fucking Halo at this point.
yeah, Halo's been dead for forever.
Yeah, Microsoft.
I mean, me personally, the last good Halo was Halo 3.
Microsoft has nothing to offer as far as exclusives compared to Because I mean, could you imagine we traded up fucking Halo for like Spider-Man? You know? Could you imagine
Yeah.
if Microsoft had Spider-Man?
Hmm.
Nobody wants you know. I would. I'd buy a whole PlayStation for Twisted Metal. You know, I if they were to bring back Twisted Metal as a PlayStation exclusive, I would buy a whole PlayStation just for it. But I'm not going to go out and buy an Xbox for anything that Xbox has as an exclusive.
No, because Xbox doesn't really have exclusives.
And
I
even at
mean,
that,
like I said, they had Halo, but that was in Forza. That's it.
Mm-hmm. But
Sony's got, when it comes to exclusive games, Sony holds the cards for that.
Sony and Nintendo.
Well, yeah, but Nintendo's like their own entity. We don't even, because Nintendo doesn't get brought into the whole console
But that's like
wars thing.
They got the Mario. They got like Pokemon. They got all the good, you know, classics. But then you get PlayStation where you have like Sly Cooper. You have like the Crash Bandicoots. The, you know, even Gran Turismo is a fucking PlayStation.
I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but I hated the Crash Bandicoot games.
Oh yeah, you're getting a lot of
You
flack for that one.
you just weren't good at it, right? You didn't have the.
No, I was pretty decent. I wasn't great, but I wasn't horrible either. But I still don't like them.
No, but Sly Cooper was my thing.
I liked Sly Cooper
Yeah, that was
and
my
Spyro.
thing.
Spyro.
Spyro was it too.
Was Spyro a PlayStation exclusive though?
I believe so. Yeah.
I didn't see it on Xbox.
Huh. I mean, at the time I played PlayStation, so I wasn't into the whole console wars thing. So
I never owned a PlayStation, but I had a friend who had one.
So
I did. I played PlayStation for years before I ever got a hold to an Xbox.
So
Yeah.
when I was growing up, my thing was gaming, and everything in between, from Sega Dreamcast to Nintendo 64 to PlayStation 2, like I had it all. I had 2 or 3 regular Xboxes. I had 2 PlayStations. Like it was just a collection of game systems, and now they just sit and collect dust. Like I have an Atari, I have a Dreamcast, I have, and I would love, and I have looked it up, like to stream some of those games, like it would be a lot though that I would need to get it all.
See, over the years, I don't think there's a single console that I haven't had.
Yeah, for me, I'm not saying I've had all of them, but it was just I collected, like I got a PlayStation 2 for my birthday. And in the same day, my brothers, like in the same moment, like I was opening it up, we set it up, got it going, and my brother spilled orange juice all over it.
Yeah.
I would have been mad.
I was mad. I was hurt. I was upset. My mom's friend had just bought it for me for my birthday, and it was still it was the day of my birthday. I started playing it, and he spilled orange juice on it, getting all excited, and I was like, man. And so my mom's friend, he went and got me another one. So,
But no, I think hell over the years, like when GameCube became popular,
I know Super Smash and the Mario parties,
the Cars games,
just everything.
I mean, there was all kinds of stuff. Like, to me, Nintendo's probably got the largest variety of games. But why didn't anybody ever want Nintendo's games switched over to PlayStation or Xbox?
We did. Xbox does
What were
have
they going to
Mario.
give us? Wii U Sports?
Xbox has Mario and Sonic.
Yeah, they ended up getting the crossover, like when they got that like Mario or that Sonic Tennis and stuff like that.
Well, I think we still have like an actual Sonic game as well.
Not that I've seen.
We have
It's like an
I don't-
arcade game, retro
the
arcade. or something
arcade
like
style one you're talking about, right? Like the
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if that was an exclusive or any set, like we weren't given. Microsoft has yet to been any exclusive has yet to been traded out, except from Nintendo. Like Nintendo has tried to open up their partnership with people, and
Yeah, but that's not even through trade outs. That's just because Nintendo wants to expand their base.
yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. But like, it's always been the Sony versus Microsoft war. It's not even console war. It's just the Sony versus Microsoft war. And I don't know. I mean, Sony has always had the better games, or like the better exclusives.
It's because they had more.
But
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
still
if
like Halo.
to have to even we don't like that's just is Microsoft got so comfortable with not getting any kind of exclusives or even keeping up with the exclusives they already had, and now they would nobody in their right mind would trade anything for some like Helldivers out on Microsoft. Microsoft has
Especially
nothing.
without how big the game is
Yeah,
and how much hype was behind the game before it was ever even released.
Right.
I mean,
For,
why would they, accept a trade offer for exclusives when they hold all the cards?
well, from what I heard today, and yesterday, there's already cheaters on there. They are booting new players and people who aren't very skillful.
what?
Yeah, but that's all games.
Yeah.
You can't get a game without somebody on the game cheating.
Right.
I mean, look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a perfect example. Every time they release a new game, it only takes a couple days for there
To be cheaters?
to be cheaters on
Right.
it. And then, they spent all that money for that Ricochet anti-cheat that did absolutely nothing. Except for ban people that weren't actually cheating.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just
No.
want to know what kind of person goes out of their way to ruin someone else's day on a PvE game. Like, I can understand you going out there and picking on people who are lower level or whatever on this game that is meant to be PvP, but going out in the middle of a peaceful area, as an analogy, and then just screwing around, stirring the pot, whatever, just because you can in this little area that's peaceful. I mean, why? Why? What goes on through someone's head like that?
Or
I
hacking
mean,
into somebody's private game and
in the
stealing their
sense,
strongest dinosaur and killing everything.
Right?
in the sense of like survival games like Ark and Rust and all those, I don't understand why you would like want to cheat in something like that. The point of it is to survive, right?
Yeah.
Or any survival game. You get dropped in the middle of war and you're supposed to survive waves of, whatever, the enemy. Or if you're. The point is to survive. Why cheat? Why, like, what. Invincibility, best weapons, like, maxed out. Like, I don't understand why you want to cheat.
To me, it takes the fun out of the game.
It does. It because the point of the game is to build up. Spend your time and effort building up to what you have. Otherwise, you don't appreciate it as much.
Now, I also want to say this. There is a difference between cheats on a game and mods on a game. Okay? Let's make that clear, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, Lethal Company,
Like-
you put mods on that. Or
Skyrim, something like that. Visual mods and stuff like that. Those are
that
not
don't add
cheats, even
any
though people
other
consider them.
benefit than this besides physical or like visual aspect.
Yeah, GTA mods
Yeah.
aside.
Speaking of which, Travis, we need to get on those RP servers.
I would love to, but man,
We
there's
need
just
to.
so many rules to
There
those RP
is,
servers.
but I mean, it would be so fun and so I don't even know, like, PC wise, we got to be able to hold up. Be fucking
yeah,
driving
for
through
sure.
the city and fucking missing half the fucking buildings.
Well, see, now, all right. First off, I know I could play. I have
Yeah,
GTA
I
on
was gonna
my
say
computer.
I have it. Do we? But we need what the 5? Do we need the game? Or?
5M. I have all of that.
Okay,
I am
know.
literally set up to where I can jump into an RP server right now because originally that's what I was gonna do.
Well, then
I
let's
was
get on
gonna
it.
start streaming RP servers in GTA.
Let's get on it.
I was invited to play in one of the most popular, largest RP servers in GTA because I know people personally that are in the server, and you have to be whitelisted in order to get into the server. My only thing is it's just too much to keep up with, and they're just so
Many
anal
rules
about
and
everything.
roles and admins that can mess up your day. You can invest so much and then be gone,
Yeah, all because you say something that they don't like.
or did something that they don't approve of.
Yeah, and it's not like, okay, so like the main rules of the server. Okay, I get it. Don't go out. It's GTA. I get that, but don't go out just killing every cop that you see or something like that. Rules like that I can understand. You want it to be.
Yeah, you have to be able to role play it out in the sense of real life aspect, and don't go out there and just like revive yourself after somebody just murdered your shit. Like, don't go around and wait for somebody to take you like to the pillbox and heal you up and actually play things out. And that's what it comes like people that play games for a certain reason. Why would you want to cheat on it or mess it up for yourself or others? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, and I get that part. I understand when it comes to RP servers. That's perfectly fine to follow by. But I've followed people like on Twitch and stuff like that were in these RP servers that were kicked out of RP servers just because they had out of the game beef with somebody that was an admin for the server. And to me, that's not right. And that's kind of the whole reason why.
With someone that is an admin and I have problems with anyway.
Well, it's issues that arise afterwards.
Yeah, I could see.
So like the server, and I'm not going to mention the name of the server, but the server that I was invited or was asked if I would like to join, there's like 8,000 people in this server.
Good Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now also keep in mind you can't have 8,000 people in the server at one time. I think it's like
30,
like 12.
Wow.
12, 120 people or so, 250, something like that. It's quite a bit of people. But of course, not everybody's online, but you kind of like, say if you join these RP servers and say you become a cop or something. Okay. Now you gotta be strict with this shit. If they say, okay, we need somebody to be a cop from like say 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. So if you're not in there from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m., so you got to be caught up with this. They will kick you out of the server. And to me, that's just not right because, shit happens in people's lives, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But they will kick you out of these servers. And after realizing all of that, that's why I was kind of like, let's not. I don't, that's not something that I want to put up with because I don't want to put all my time and effort into, because of course you have to promote what server you're in. So the more, popular the server is, so on and so forth. And I'm not going to put all my time in promoting this server and putting all my time into this server to make the RP great for everybody just for some stupid reason for me to get kicked out of it. Because at some point in time, I'll probably end up butting heads with somebody over something that's stupid. And with my luck, it'd be an admin who's ornery about everything, and he'd kick me out of the server.
Yeah, no, I can see it. But it was back to the kind of the modded thing. Like, same thing with like SnowRunner and games like that. You don't ruin it for other players having the mods, that you have in those. When you have a whole cheat menu and you're literally just ruining the game for somebody else, what fun do you get out of it?
Well, that's exactly. So, like, games like, say, GTA, for example, we're going to go back to that, but offline. So, especially like the old ones, up, down, left, right, circle, square, triangle,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden you spawn a speedboat in the middle of the,
It's pre
the
GTA
street or
4.
something. But, stuff like that, those are implemented in the game for a reason. It's not like you went and downloaded, I don't even know what you would download for cheats.
I know a software for cheats on PC.
Is that what it is? Is it a software?
I guess. I mean, yeah, that's what it would be.
So you download this software or cheat menu or whatever it is offline to go into a game that's not meant to have cheats, integrated cheats, should I say, or integrated mods, and then you go into these games with like a PvP, like Call of Duty or something, or even a PvE, but open world PvE with multiple people, and you just go ruin all their stuff. To me, I don't see where that's fun. Why would it be fun to go and ruin other people's, enjoyment in games?
And just
And
because
it's
it's a
because
game,
of that.
sorry, just because it's a
Go
game
ahead.
doesn't mean it's not hard work.
That's true. Especially on some of these big elaborate games that, like Ark is like the perfect example, because I mentioned the whole, guy popping into a closed server and stealing the strongest dinosaur and killing everything else that we had except for, the shit that accidentally got put into a frog that just so happened to manage to run away. But he did take over the frog too.
Yeah.
That happened to me in Swytch. Okay, that's not like I was just coming up with that story for just to come up with it. That actually happened to me in Swytch. We were in our Swytch's server, which was a dedicated server specifically for us. It's not like you could have just went and joined it, and then all of a sudden we got this random person in our server that has now, however, magically gained admin control.
Because I forgot to put a password on it. Because I forgot it was active.
And goes and takes over, the things that we worked hard for. Now, of course, Swytch was able to kick him out of the server, put a password on the admin, and was able to get what we managed to save back for.
Which wasn't
it was a
lot.
long time.
Oh, yeah.
It was a long time before I found the frog that he took over and stole all of our.
I think it was an actual week or something like that.
No, it was longer than that, because I found him by accident. And, he was able to take back control of the frog using the admin controls, because it was a frog that I had tamed. And then, it was holding all of our, things that had all of our other
Cryopods.
tames in it. Yeah, cryopods that had all of our other tames in it. So it was pretty insane. It was nuts. And to me, like, cause when that happened to me in Swytch, that like drove us. I don't know about him, but drove a stake through my heart, because that was a lot of work we put into that.
I mean, I thought I lost, but Tom Cruise and Terry Crews.
Yeah, all the pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I name mine? I don't remember.
Oh.
I know it was something stupid.
Uh-huh.
I don't even remember mine, honestly.
We had Not Rexy, which was my white T-Rex. So Not Rexy.
Wasn't there because we had two?
Yeah, one was Rexy, and then
the other
Rexy
one was
died.
which was-
Rexy.
Yeah, they had the Rexy was the regular one, and then the Not Rexy was the white one, the only white one we had.
You're making me miss Ark, I'm not gonna lie.
I would say we could get back on and play it, but I actually deleted it the other day.
So did I.
That's
more than the
crazy.
other day ago.
But dude, that was a
Big ass
250
game.
gigabyte game.
I know.
I was deleting that. I mean, I left it on there for the longest time, but I didn't know I was leaving that thing on there forever. But when something like that happens, that'll make you really not want to play a game anymore. Now, lucky enough, we didn't stop playing it, and lucky enough, we were able to find the rest of our tames that, were taken that we thought were gone for good. So, but we got lucky on that one. But some people aren't that lucky.
Mm-hmm.
And that could definitely be somebody's 13th reason. I'm just saying.
Did you have anything left to say for Helldivers, though? That's what I was going to get at. Is
Not really, other than the fact that I really, really, really wanted to play it, but now I really, really, really rather a Halo version.
A Halo version? See me, there's nothing to do with Halo. I played Halo 3 ODST, okay?
Yeah, but
I played a whole bunch of other Halos. That was the only Halo that I liked.
the whole dropping in behind enemy lines thing, though, with the little drop ship, drop pod, whatever it's called, that's totally Halo right there. That's ODST. That's what they were for, the Spartans.
Well, I get that, but that's what I'm saying. Halo 3 ODST was the only Halo game that I liked.
I liked ODST. I liked Reach as well. I liked all of them,
Like
really.
Halo's Wars, Halo Reach, Halo whatever. What was it, 4?
The Forerunners, yeah. That one was alright.
All of those, I didn't care for any of them. They were all very, very underwhelming, in my opinion.
Yeah, the
Especially
original
considering Halo 3 was the first one that I played. Keep in mind, Halo 3 ODST, it was the first Halo I ever played.
Oh, man. My brother and I, we would play split screen on Halo 1. And we used to have a VHS tape of us playing. I don't know what happened to it, but it's a long time ago if we were using a VHS tape. Right?
Let me tell you a little story, okay? And to me, this is funny. And now my daddy watches this, whether he remembers it or not. I have no idea. So when I got Halo 3 ODST, okay, so of course, my daddy's very religious and stuff like that. And I was young whenever I got my 360.
Mm-hmm.
So my daddy didn't want me playing games that had like cussing and stuff like that in it, all that kind of stuff. It's like a Call of Duty game and stuff. He probably would have never let me have.
Yeah, well.
I had things like Tony Hawk Projects 8 and stuff like that. I had the Tony Hawk Shred game, with the actual skateboard that you can
Nice.
stand on. That was fun. But I had games like that. So we go to GameStop, or my age is showing a little bit here. So I went to GameStop and we went in there and we're looking. My daddy's going to buy me a game or whatever. So I'm looking around trying to find something. I found Halo 3 ODST. And I got the game or whatever. And we walked up to the counter and my daddy asked me what game it was that I picked out. And I showed him and all. And at first he really did not want me to buy this game. Because, of course, if you look on the back of it, it says language and stuff like that.
Right.
So we get up to the counter and I was like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So we get up to the counter and my daddy's asking the guy behind the counter, if the game is, appropriate for children or whatever and stuff like that. And he said it wasn't bad. He said, like, language wise, the most you're going to hear is them say like crap or something like that or whatever it was that he said. It was something like very, very minute, like nothing. So my daddy was like, okay, we'll get the game. So we get the game and we go back home, and that night we hook everything up. We put the game in, and me and my daddy's actually playing together, okay? We're playing multiplayer on Halo 3 ODST. And we're running through there, and all of a sudden, one of the little aliens goes, something about you bitch or something like that. And my daddy's like, well, that's not what the guy said that he was going to say. He was like, but we got the game already. So at that point in time, I already had the game. So my daddy was like, well, we're going to play it anyways. But I'll never forget that. That was, to me, that was hilarious. Now, I don't know whether the guy knew that he was lying to my daddy or not about what they were going to say in the game and all, but...
Man, I low-key miss going to GameStop and, like...
I never did like GameStop.
Like...
Oh, shit, I love GameStop.
I liked Hastings.
I would get the, like, I don't know, 2 for, like, $20 or, like, whatever the sale was. Like, it would be buy 2, get 1 free. in the little bin.
Shit, I used to like finding that bin $10 and under.
Yeah, the $10 and under, the buy two get one free bin. Like it was a little deal bin, and I'd go in there and I'd be like, oh man, you spend like $50 and walk away with like 6 games, pretty much either new or just slightly used, but they all worked all the time, you know. And
Yeah, you walk in there with a fucking big ass stack of games,
yeah,
and then you walk out with one because you done traded all those games for the money to get another one.
mm-hmm.
You
Because they hold
almost
the
had good
shit out of you
GameStops.
on money.
Oh yeah, you could buy a game that day, spend $70 on it, turn around a couple hours later, bring it back. They'll offer you $2.
I had the type of GameStop that you can call up and say, "Hey, do you have this game?" They say, "Yeah," and you get there and they don't have the game.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah,
ours put it like if we asked that, they'd put it on hold.
yeah. Ours just lied to us.
Yeah, but yours also takes 2 hours to get to.
True.
Oh yeah, in 2
So
hours.
within those 2 hours, somebody else done went in there and bought it. See, we had 2 GameStops here in where I live at. We had one that was in a little strip mall, and then we had one that was in our actual mall. So we had one in the mall and then one that was off by itself somewhere.
Luckily for us, they built one pretty close by when everything started, when there was really nothing out here, which that was honestly crazy because there was nothing out here. So for them, it was in a little, they built a little shopping strip area. It just has a bunch of little buildings that, has stuff in it. One of them happened to be a fucking GameStop, and I was like, no way.
What age? Random question. At what age did y'all realize that the word strip in strip mall didn't mean the same as it did in strip poker?
At a very young age, actually, because I wasn't dumb.
I must have been pretty dumb. Of course,
I'm
I
not
didn't
gonna
really
answer
think
that
about it
question.
either. So
Well, I guess at the same time, I was about 12, 13 whenever I realized what strip poker was. So I guess by that point in time, I was able to tell the difference anyways.
right?
All these, like, gaming and stuff now, and the fact that you could buy digital copies of your games and stuff is what killed GameStop.
Oh yeah, and the
Yeah.
fact that, well, I mean, it just sucks that we don't even get the option to get like discounted games. I like, yeah, they cut like at the store themselves will have sales and stuff, but if I wanted to go into GameStop and get it used before buying it and spending $70 on a game that I possibly may never play again after the day I buy it because I didn't like it. I could at least get one used, for $30 or $40.
You ever try Hastings? They had a system where you can rent games.
I don't even know what a Hastings
Is that like GameFly and shit like that? Like,
No, it was an actual store like GameStop, but it was not just for games. It was for
we didn't have that then.
they had books, they had music, they
No,
had
we didn't have
novelty
that.
items.
That's your local stuff, bro. That ain't nothing that I ever heard of.
Well, they were national as far as I know. They went bankrupt about 10 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, no, I only had a GameStop, and yeah, no, I mean, I'd rather go in there and purchase, 4 games
Hey, did y'all know that
at
GameFly was
$30.
actually still a thing, by the way?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
but
Yep.
I don't know. I fucked with GameStop. I miss waiting in line with everybody on like Call of Duty releases, and
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. With all the digital age and everything, everything's gonna end up dying out. Movie theaters,
it's gonna become obsolete.
DVDs in general. Yeah, it's all gonna become obsolete because now it's not technically legal, but the second a movie comes out in theaters, you can watch it online.
Well, even in most places now, because of streaming services, they buy the rights and in hopes to gather more, memberships to their, HBO Max does it. Disney's big on it because they get, I mean, like imagine Marvel. you don't have to go into the movie theater to watch Marvel because it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, see, they're gonna do the best that they can not to kill that stuff off because that's where all their money making is.
Yeah.
Blockbuster events.
Yep,
But-
blockbuster events, the releases in theaters and across the U.S. and overseas, and
So
that's where they make majority of their money.
I'm trying to
But
think.
they're gonna end up killing it by accident.
I'm trying
You know,
to
there's
think.
only one Blockbuster left, as far as you know, if it's still open. I want to say it was in Canada as well.
No, the last blockbuster closed down.
Oh
I
no,
want
it
to
did.
say there was. I want to say who was it? Was this Scarlett Johansson? I don't remember who it was. I remember it was a female actor, I think, that was upset that Disney released. I think it was Scarlett. It was her movie Black Widow. They released it in theaters and on Disney Plus at the same time, and
Huh.
she was supposed to make whatever box. I guess the box office was supposed to make.
Mhm.
It didn't include. So she was upset because they took away revenue by releasing it on Disney Plus because Disney Plus members have already subscribed, so they get it, either way.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like in a sense, like that. That's why I brought up Disney Plus, is I know they had a small incident where releasing something on digital like that really messes it up to where. It doesn't just affect like viewership or people enjoy it. Like the person, it's part of your contract. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, so that's, I don't know if it's like that all the time, but sometimes what it is you make whatever your original, payday is to come and do the movie, and then you make royalties off of what that movie does in the box office.
Yeah.
So if you're releasing it on Disney Plus and you only do a quarter of what the box office should have done,
Yeah,
because you released it on there, then you just cost them 75% of whatever their revenue was going to be
exactly. So
I'd be mad too.
That's what I'm saying. So it in a sense, like they don't realize that they can really screw up in something as simple as, because had people gone to go watch it in movie theater, she would have made more.
I think on the business side, it's not a factor if they didn't know.
No, all they
I
saw
think
was if
it's-
they release it on Disney Plus, it would be like drawing in new members, plus the people that already paid for it get that incentive to keep paying for things because if they release a brand new movie on here that's especially Marvel, why are we gonna go to the movie theater?
Yeah,
Right.
because the way that they look at it is, it's okay, we're making more money by doing this. Screw everybody else.
Exactly.
Okay, so as someone that we would set up movies at home like we did when I was in California. It was one movie theater and that was it. So we didn't really go to the movies. Plus, there's 4 kids. You think 4 kids are gonna sit down at without interrupting and stuff? At home, you get the
They
option
will
to
if they went
pause
to the
it.
movie with me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like to go to the restroom and stuff,
They'd held it.
So that's what I'm saying. It's more convenient to be at home. So that's what we did. Is we stayed home. We could pause it. We could rewind it. It was volume however we wanted. If you're able to show it at home, people are more likely going to choose to watch the movie at home. Everybody now has got 65-inch TVs, 50-inch plus screen TVs.
With surround sound.
With surround sounds and sound bars, and so why are you gonna go spend $60, $50, $60 for your whole family to go see the movie you can see at home, make the snacks, pick up snacks from the store that are $3 cheaper than what the movie's trying to charge for conveniency? Or
Yeah, but let's be completely honest. We all snuck snacks in the movie theaters.
I'm saying that, like movie theaters become obsolete when they're overcharging. They're the things you can see at the movie you can see at home. I mean, it just, I don't know.
Yeah, and you're paying $9 for a thing of popcorn and
When you can pay
$5 for a thing of pop.
When you can pay $5 for a box and have it a whole thing of popcorn. I don't know. It just, as someone that just set up movie time all the time, it made movie theaters obsolete.
Some
And the
people
thing
still
with
like
movie
the
theaters, go ahead, Switch.
some people still like the experience of movie theaters, going out,
Until you're
seeing
walking
other
out.
people.
Until it's like $80, $100 later that you went in there, bought snacks, bought tickets, played a little bit of the games, and drank, whatever.
Yeah, but it's like Switch said, because that's exactly what I was fixing to say. It's the experience of doing it.
Yeah.
It ain't no different. Think about it. If you go out to the bar and drink with all your partners and stuff,
Yeah.
you're gonna pay 3 times as much to go out to the bar and drink when you can buy the same amount of alcohol
And it's the
for
same reason
a
I don't
quarter
go
of
out
the
to
price.
bars.
Yeah, and go home and play music and drink all you want, and then you ain't got to worry about driving anywheres and all this,
That's
that, and
what I'm
everything
saying.
else.
I'd rather.
It's
But I don't have a pool table at my house.
That's what I'm
some
saying.
people do.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you were to set up your own place, like if you really like drinking and hang out with you would set up an area at your own place. It's more convenient. Hey man,
But
you
that would
don't look
mean
like you're
people
able
would
to
be coming
drive
to my
tight,
place.
or hey man, you just crash here, or
But that's what I'm saying, though. People don't do that. They do it. They go out to the bars for the experience of going out to the bars. I mean, or like people who go to a football game, spend all this money to go to a football game to sit out in the freezing cold or something and watch their football team play, compared to sitting at home where it's nice and toasty and it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg and you can watch the football game on TV. It's the experience of it. So I get that, but at the same time, like I said, they're not intentionally doing it, but they're going to end up killing movie theaters as well. And DVDs in general. Not just the movie theaters. DVDs are going to become obsolete at some point in time, too.
Well, what about the car movie theaters where you go out and sit in your car? They still have those.
No, they don't. Well,
Drive-in?
they do very, very seldomly do you see one of those.
drive-in movie theaters?
Yeah.
Nah. You know what drive-in movie theaters are good for? Hot boxing and fucking. I'm sorry. But
Yeah, there's a lot of babies made in drive-in movie theaters. A lot of mistakes made, too. But, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. A drive-in movie theater, I would love that. That's cool. I've actually done that before, okay? It was set up by a church, by my daddy's house. They did it. They had got a big, white sheet with a projector. And everybody parked in the parking lot and we watched a movie on the projector.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool. And the last place that I knew that there was a drive-in movie theater that was still open when I was a kid was in Shreveport. They had one. We never went to it. I'm pretty sure it was still open when I was a kid because I do think I remember my daddy talking about it. Or something like that. I don't know. But that's definitely not something that you see.
No.
If they got them, it's not something that you see everywhere. Like,
we have a
very,
drive-in
very
movie theater.
seldomly. What's that?
We
Beaker?
have drive-in movie theaters.
That are still open?
Yeah, we have one in New Braunfels.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called Stars and Stripes.
I've been to New Brunsfield. I've been there. Not to the movie theater, but to that town. My daddy's sister lived there for a while, and we went to San Antonio on vacation, and we went over there. We went to the zoo, I think it was. I think they got a zoo in...
Yes. The San Antonio
we went
Zoo.
to the zoo. No, not in San Antonio.
In New
It was
Braunfels?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a small zoo.
Yeah, I think we went to the zoo there. But that was fun.
Yeah, they have a small zoo.
And
I
then
don't know when this was or what, but yeah. I haven't been there. I haven't been to New Braunfels in... Damn. I haven't been to New Braunfels in a long ass time. It's probably been since I was about 19. Oh my god, it's almost been 10 years. Damn. I'm old. All right.
I know, I'm the youngest one in here today. Ferno's not here. It makes me feel weird.
Oh man, feeling old.
As I
makes me
can't
feel weird.
go. Yeah, I can't go, back in my day, because, back in my day is still,
In your day,
yeah.
it's back
That's
in
what I'm
our
saying.
day.
Inferno's not here, so it doesn't make no sense. Look, I don't care what anybody says. Okay, 24 is still old. Being 24, I've been on this earth long enough to be able to consider myself old.
You're considering yourself old at 24, Travis.
Yeah, but not compared to
wait till you
y'all, but
hit the
compared to
30.
people younger than me.
No, because when you hit 30, that's when it's like it really hits you. You're like, oh, okay, you know. And then you're like,
for that.
and then time just starts going by faster and faster and faster.
It really does.
And it's like, bro, I'm about to be fertilizer.
That'll be the day.
Oh man.
So it looks like at the Stars and Stripes for you Texas people, be lucky. At 7 p.m. on Sunday, y'all get to watch Dune Part 2 in that little drive-in thing that's going to be playing until
This man's looking at movie
15.
screens.
Oh, Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs? Nice.
Yeah.
I want to go to this place, man. I can't go to Texas.
All
I
right,
don't
talk
like
before
Texas.
you run. And the drive-in movie theater, we're going to do a podcast from there. As we watch
Talking
it.
over them.
Mystery
Yeah.
Science 3001.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I've gone there. I used to go there back in high school. I mean, that's how I know what it is. When you go to one of those things. So it just.
I watched a lot of movies, so that's how I know what it is whenever you go to one of those.
No, mine's my experience.
I'm a movie fanatic myself.
It just watch, like, I don't know. Why?
See,
why
I was
you gonna
never
buy snacks
fortunate.
there. You just
Unfortunately,
drive around
okay.
What?
I mean, I've gotten to go to movie theaters a lot whenever I was younger. So we used to have 2 movie theaters here in town. We had the AMC Palace, which is our big movie theater that's still open, and then we used to have a small movie theater inside of our mall. It had like 2 theaters in it, and then of course, like I said, the AMC Palace has like 12 of them or something. But my daddy used to take us to the one in the mall all the time. But then as I got older, like, going to the movies with my friends and stuff like that, or, I've been on a few dates to the movies and stuff. But other than that, I never went to the movies all that much after I, grew up. After the one in the mall closed, really, I never really went all that much. So I don't have that, like, a whole lot of memories in movie theaters and stuff, I guess you'd say. So to me, whether or not movie theaters close or not really doesn't hurt my feelings.
I used to watch just about every Disney movie when it first came out in the theaters. My mom was a big Disney nut, and she loved going out to the movies. I think the first movie that I can remember going to the movies to watch was probably A Bug's Life.
Yeah, but Swytch, when you used to go to the movie theaters, they still gave you the horns that you stick in your ear, and all the people were on stage performing it.
True. They also used to put a flag up at the top of the amphitheater to tell us whether it was a tragedy, comedy, or a drama.
Yeah. You didn't know what was on the movie theaters until you walked up and seen the sign above the door that had what it was.
Yeah.
With the letters up on it.
I got a signed autograph from Shakespeare himself.
Oh, yeah? You got a picture with him?
Oh, yeah. Totally, it's digital picture, too. Yeah. I got it with my cell phone.
See, back in Swytch's day, movie theaters, it still costed a nickel to get in.
Yeah. And it was an extra nickel if you wanted a pillow.
Yeah, now you go to movie theaters and they got recliners and stuff.
Right? And cup holders. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. I look, I wish if our movie theaters had recliners in it and I went to the movies, I'd probably fall asleep every single time.
Me too.
I'd be out. I wouldn't be able to make it through a movie. I would pass out because them things look so comfortable compared to the movie theater seats that they actually have, like where in my theater and all.
Yeah, that's
Now,
one of the reasons why I stopped going to the movie theaters, because those chairs are just horrible.
oh yeah, especially
See, ours had
considering
just
I'm a big dude.
recliners.
Yeah, as I was saying, especially considering I'm a big dude, and you sitting there and then you getting squeezed by these little plastic armrests that nobody can ever tell who gets which armrest.
Right?
So you got to sit there with your elbows to your titties the whole time watching the movie, or you got to sit there with your arms crossed. Especially if it's a movie that there's a whole bunch of people there.
Mm-hmm. We always timed it to where it was like just before it was going out, when there's not a whole lot of people going to be there, because we don't like people.
I think I only ever went, like, say, first day, right when it come out. I only went, the only movie that I remember was Unbreakable.
That was a good movie.
Oh, that was a really good movie. It was a really long movie, though. And we went the night that it came out, which was a Christmas night. I believe it was. I think it was a Christmas night. We went out, like me and my sister and a couple of our friends and everything. Like a couple of my friends and a couple of her friends. We all went to the movie theaters to watch it. And, I mean, it was so long that at one point in time, I ended up dozing off. But to sit in a movie theater for 3+ hours, because I think that the movie's like 3.5 hours long or something like that. But to sit in a movie theater for 3+ hours, being as big as I am, because, like, first off, unless you sit all the way up at the top on the row that on one of the seats that you're down the stairs, my legs in movie theaters don't get along. I almost have to sit in those seats. Because if not, then whoever's sitting in front of me is really not going to like me. But that was the only movie that I remember going to see that was like on the release, like the first showing of that movie, should I say, in our movie theaters, and I went and watched it. But surprisingly enough, it's not that hard to get a ticket to a movie that's being released on Christmas Day. You would think it'd be harder, but it's really not. Like, because we got there like super early, because this was like a really big movie, and like the next day you couldn't get a ticket to this movie.
Wow.
Okay, because I know people that waited to the next day and they couldn't get a ticket, like for any of the showings, and there was like 7 showings throughout the day. Nobody could get a ticket. I mean, unless you had already got it like online the day before or something. But like Christmas Day, we went in there and the theater might have been like half full or something for this movie. And it's like, we so expected there to be more people there.
I'd love to work. I'd love to work at a theater.
I wouldn't, because I wouldn't be able to deal with them bratty people that go in there.
I think mostly because of a Jim Carrey movie I've watched called The Majestic. It was a pretty good movie, and it just made theaters look like, I guess, majestic. Because, sorry, the pun on word, that's the name of the movie, and that was the name of the theater in the movie. It was The Majestic, so it just...
But it makes sense.
It's a good movie. I recommend it to anybody, especially if you're a Jim Carrey fan.
But no, it's, I don't know. I know we got way off topic here.
Yeah, we did. So
like way off. But all right, look, I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. To me, these podcasts are some of my favorites.
Right.
Because, and now I get we try not to get off subject too much because some people don't like that. But to me, these are some of our favorites because it feels more natural. We're sitting here talking and the conversation's flowing, everything's good, it's moving along, it doesn't feel like it's forced. That I know some people don't like that, so we try not to do it too often. I know sometimes we don't succeed very well and we do end up off subject.
Yeah.
But for the people that's been here since, podcast, well, I can't say podcast number one because podcast number one was, kind of like this. It was just random, thrown together because, that was technically not a podcast at first. But for people who's been here from like podcast 2 in the beginning, will know what I'm talking about, like where everything felt scripted. And maybe y'all didn't realize that, but to us it felt scripted, or to me it felt scripted at least. And it just kind of felt too forced. But now I feel like we're doing things a whole lot better. So, so on and so forth. But with that being said, I think we're gonna call it here. Does that sound good with y'all?
Yeah.
Sounds good with you, Beaker?
We're all set.
Alrighty. Well, this is y'all quote for the day from one Oprah Winfrey. If I don't know who that is, well, then I don't know what to tell you. Where there is no struggle, there is no strength. So we did a whole lot of talking today. Now it's time for us to go ahead and run. But we love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Adios, mi amigos.
Hasta lasagna. Don't get any lasagna.